In this video, I'm going to show you the 10 warning signs of dementia that you should never ignore. These are the early signals your brain sends long before a doctor gives any diagnosis. Some of them may seem harmless at first, just small lapses, confusion, or mental fog, but when you understand how they connect, you'll see how powerful early awareness can be. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll also show you what you can start doing today to protect your memory and even help your brain feel sharp again, almost like it did when you were 20 years old. In fact, I'll leave a special video below in the description and in the first pinned comment that explains a simple 7-second ritual you can do at home to help restore your memory naturally. Most people think dementia and Alzheimer's disease happen suddenly, but that's not true. Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, or Lewy body dementia, they all start quietly over many years. According to the Alzheimer's Association, more than 55 million people worldwide are living with some form of dementia today, and that number keeps growing every year. But here's the hopeful part. Scientists now understand that your brain begins showing early signs long before major memory loss appears. By identifying these early symptoms, you can take real steps to protect your neurons, clear brain fog, and slow or even stop cognitive decline. I've met many people who describe their first experiences like this. I kept forgetting why I entered a room, or I couldn't recall a name that was on the tip of my tongue, or I just felt this strange, foggy head sensation. At first, they blamed stress, age, or lack of sleep, but later when they looked back, they realized those were the first signs of short-term memory loss, the first whisper that something in their brain chemistry was changing. If that sounds familiar to you or someone you love, then this video could be one of the most important you'll ever watch. Let's begin with the first major warning sign. The first sign of dementia is short-term memory loss. This is when you forget recent events, what you had for breakfast, where you placed your keys, or the name of someone you just met. It's not the same as normal forgetfulness. Everyone misplaces things sometimes. But in dementia, these short-term memory lapses become frequent and interfere with daily life. For example, a person might ask the same question several times because they forgot they already asked it. They might forget important appointments or tasks even with reminders. The brain's hippocampus, the center for short-term memory, begins to shrink, leading to what doctors call global amnesia in more severe cases. A practical tip here: try mental repetition. Each time you do something, say it out loud. I'm putting my glasses on the table. This simple habit strengthens neural connections and can delay cognitive decline. And remember, if you want to go deeper into natural methods to rebuild these memory pathways, I'll leave that special video below about the 7-second memory ritual you can do from home. The second warning sign is difficulty finding the right words or following conversations. You may know what you want to say, but the exact word just won't come. It can feel like your vocabulary is hiding behind a foggy wall, or you might start losing the thread of a conversation halfway through. This often happens because dementia affects the temporal and parietal lobes, areas responsible for language processing. An easy way to practice is to read aloud daily, even for just 5 minutes. Reading stimulates verbal memory and activates your brain's speech centers, helping to fight that foggy mind symptom that so many people experience as a reason for brain fog. The third sign is disorientation in time or place. People with early dementia sometimes lose track of dates, seasons, or locations. They may forget what day it is or get confused about how they arrived somewhere. A man once told me he went to the grocery store and for a few seconds couldn't remember how he got there. That moment of confusion is frightening. It's like your brain's GPS suddenly fails. To prevent this, make it a daily habit to check your orientation consciously. Note the date, the time, where you are, and why you're there. It keeps your awareness sharp and helps your neural circuits stay active. The fourth warning sign is difficulty completing familiar tasks. Someone might forget how to prepare a simple meal they've cooked for years, or how to use the remote control or phone. This happens when the brain's frontal and parietal regions, the ones responsible for motor planning and sequence memory, start losing coordination, One trick is to challenge yourself with new but simple tasks, like learning a short dance routine or assembling a puzzle. These activities boost your brain's neuroplasticity and help fight against cognitive decline caused by Alzheimer's dementia or frontotemporal dementia. The fifth sign is changes in mood or personality. Dementia doesn't just affect memory, it also affects emotional regulation. You might see someone who used to be calm becoming anxious, suspicious, or easily irritated. Sometimes this emotional volatility is caused by chemical imbalances in the brain, especially in the amygdala and prefrontal cortex. It's not the person's fault, it's a biological response. But understanding it helps loved ones respond with patience and empathy. Gentle physical activity, sunlight exposure, and omega-3 rich foods like salmon and walnuts can help stabilize mood by reducing inflammation and supporting neuron health. The sixth sign is poor judgment and decision-making. A person might fall for scams, spend money recklessly, or dress inappropriately for the weather. This happens because dementia affects the frontal lobe, the part of your brain responsible for logic, control, and risk assessment. If you've noticed this in yourself, one daily habit that helps is making small, conscious decisions. Choosing between two colors of shirts, planning a meal, or deciding the best route for a short walk. Exercising judgment strengthens that mental muscle, much like lifting weights keeps your body strong. And by the way, many who start doing the simple 7-second home ritual I mentioned notice clearer thinking and less brain fog. I'll explain how it works in that video below this one. The seventh warning sign is withdrawal from social activities or loss of interest. People with early signs of dementia often begin isolating themselves. They might stop meeting friends, abandon hobbies, or avoid conversations because they feel embarrassed about their forgetfulness. But social interaction is one of the strongest protectors against memory loss. Talking, laughing, and sharing stories activate multiple brain regions simultaneously. Think of it as a full-body workout for your neurons. So if you've been avoiding social contact lately, start small. Call a friend, join a local class, or volunteer. Human connection literally helps fight dementia. The eighth sign is visual or spatial problems. This means difficulty judging distances, recognizing faces, or reading maps. For example, you might misjudge a step, trip over an object, or struggle to park a car. This is common in Lewy body dementia and Alzheimer's disease, where visual processing areas in the occipital lobe deteriorate. A useful practice is to spend time outdoors in natural light. Sunlight helps regulate the body's circadian rhythm, which in turn enhances focus and spatial orientation. If reading becomes challenging, try using audiobooks. They keep the brain engaged without visual strain. The ninth warning sign is misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. This is one of the most frustrating symptoms. You might find your phone in the refrigerator or keys in the bathroom and have no memory of putting them there. In early dementia, this happens because the brain's procedural memory is disrupted, the part that automatically tracks your actions. To combat this, create memory anchors. Always keep essential items in the same place. Keys on a specific hook, glasses in a tray, wallet in a drawer. Repetition and consistency train your brain to form new, resilient pathways. The 10th and final sign is trouble understanding visual information, written words, or numbers. Someone might struggle to read a recipe, follow a bill, or understand directions. This can be linked to Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, or frontotemporal dementia, which affect cognitive processing areas. A simple remedy is daily mental exercise. Do crosswords, Sudoku, or even simple arithmetic. Engage your brain with small challenges. They stimulate the neural networks responsible for comprehension and focus. And if you feel your mind has become foggy lately, that fuzzy brain sensation, I strongly recommend watching the video I left below about the 7-second ritual to clear brain fog instantly and recover sharper thinking. Before we move forward, let's take a deep breath. You might be wondering, if I recognize one or two of these signs, does that mean I have dementia? Not necessarily. Short-term memory loss, brain fog, or mental fatigue can also come from stress, lack of sleep, or nutritional deficiencies. But when these signs appear together and gradually worsen, that's when it's time to pay attention. Dementia treatments work best when started early. Studies show that lifestyle changes, such as regular exercise, quality sleep, and brain-boosting nutrition, can slow down or even prevent the progression of Alzheimer's disease. Let's explore these causes more deeply. Many cases of brain fog and memory loss are linked to inflammation in the brain's microvessels, what neurologists call vascular dementia. When blood flow decreases, neurons receive less oxygen and glucose. Over time, they weaken and die, leading to memory loss diseases. That's why high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol are major risk factors for Alzheimer's and dementia. But here's the hopeful news. Your brain has an incredible ability to heal itself when given the right nutrients and stimulation. Now, let's talk about brain fog, one of the most misunderstood symptoms. People often describe it as having a cloudy head, foggy mind, or mental fog. The causes of brain fog can include lack of sleep, chronic stress, hormonal changes, or poor diet. When you don't get enough sleep, your brain can't clear out metabolic waste, leading to foggy head symptoms and slower thinking. That's why one of the best brain fog remedies is simply deep, consistent sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours per night. During sleep, your brain's glymphatic system cleans out toxins, almost like pressing a reset button. Without it, you wake up feeling heavy and forgetful. Lack of sleep and brain fog go hand in hand. For mental clarity, also pay attention to hydration and nutrition. The brain is nearly 75% water, and dehydration alone can cause confusion and short memory loss. Include brain-friendly foods such as blueberries, avocados, turmeric, green leafy vegetables, and fatty fish. These foods are rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids that repair cell membranes and reduce inflammation. Some researchers call them memory foods because they can enhance recall and focus. And if you're curious about natural brain fog cures and memory loss treatments that you can do safely from home, remember to check that video below with the 7-second memory ritual I mentioned. It's surprisingly simple, but powerful. Let's take a moment to reflect on the emotional side. When people start noticing these warning signs, they often feel fear, denial, or shame. They think, I'm losing myself, or I'm becoming a burden. But please remember, dementia and Alzheimer's disease are not moral failures or personal weaknesses. They are biological conditions that can be managed and even improved with the right knowledge and care. The earlier you act, the better your brain's chance to recover. Imagine this. 6 months from now, you wake up in the morning and your mind feels clear. You remember what you plan to do. You don't have to search for words in conversations. You feel confident again, connected to the people around you. That's not a fantasy. It's what happens when you take small daily actions that protect your brain. Things like a nutrient-rich diet, consistent sleep, mental exercise, and natural remedies can bring profound improvements. And for many, the journey begins with a single daily ritual, the same 7-second home technique I told you about earlier, which helps reactivate the brain's memory centers naturally. You can find that video linked below in the description or the first comment. Now, let's recap the 10 warning signs of dementia so they stay fresh in your mind. Short-term memory loss, difficulty finding words or following conversations, disorientation in time or place, trouble completing familiar tasks, mood or personality changes, poor judgment, withdrawal from social activities, visual or spatial difficulties, misplacing objects and inability to retrace steps, trouble understanding written or numerical information. These are the first signs of dementia, and recognizing them early gives you the power to change the outcome. Whether it's Alzheimer's, Lewy body dementia, frontotemporal dementia, or vascular dementia, the earlier you notice the signs, the better your chances of maintaining your independence and quality of life. So what should you do next? Start by observing yourself and your loved ones. Keep a simple journal. Write down moments when you feel brain fog, confusion, or memory lapses. Sometimes what feels like ordinary forgetfulness could be your brain asking for help. Then make small but consistent lifestyle changes. Move your body daily, eat brain-healthy foods, manage stress, and get enough sleep. Each step you take strengthens your mind. If you found this video helpful, take a second to like it so more people can discover these tips. And let me know in the comments, have you or someone you love noticed any of these early signs of dementia? Your story might help someone else take action before it's too late. Before you go, I want you to picture your future self, living with mental clarity, remembering names, places, and stories vividly, feeling sharp and focused. Imagine enjoying your favorite books, playing with your grandchildren, traveling, or simply feeling proud that your mind is strong. That's what's possible when you start nurturing your brain today. So, if you're ready to reclaim that mental clarity, to recover the memory you had when you were 20, I invite you to watch the next video I've prepared. It reveals a simple 7-second ritual that you can do from home to help your brain restore its natural memory capacity. You'll find it right below in the description and in the first pinned comment. Thank you for watching, take care of your brain, take care of your memory, and I'll see you in the next video.